Hi again, all you lovely people. I am sort of experimenting today. I just thought I would share it with you and hopefully it'll work out. I have been watching videos on doing flowers and roses, and I have not seen one that I've seen some that I really liked, but not exactly what I was wanting. I wanted one that was a little more actual rose looking and not the infinity ring roses, which are really pretty, and I've seen some beautiful ones of those, and I actually tried them, and boy, I stink at that. It's terrible. So I'm gonna try something a little different. I tried one and it was okay, wasn't in love with it, so you all get my second attempt because I didn't have the video running yet. This is a mixture of Ranger Wild Plum and eggplant. The first one that I just did with eggplant, and it was too dark. I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit, so I put just a squirt of wild plum in here. And I have also mixed about half, maybe a little more than half in this bottle of isopropyl alcohol, because I wanted this thinned down. I didn't want to end up with a big goopy mess in the center of my flower rose if I manage to make one that's decent. I can't tell you the exact specifications because I really was, the measurements, I wasn't measuring. I was just squirting stuff in the bottle. But I would say this is somewhere around, 1/3 ink and 2/3 alcohol. Somewhere around there. Maybe a little less than 2/3 alcohol. Alright. So what I want is, I don't want to have perfect circle. I want to have like this, sort of being layered in, so that you get that look of petals laying over top of petals. So let's just see what happens here. You can tell I hate trying new stuff. I'm always nervous about it. I don't like for things to not work out. I think probably gonna have to put more alcohol in that. And it is raining here today, so I am having a little issue with some water beading. The humidity is 100%. To do one like this, it's going to take quite a bit of being able to control and steer the inks, because you don't want, you can see on my water, where the water beads have made jaggedy edges. You definitely don't want to have those fingers of ink running out this way. As you go in towards the middle, it won't matter quite as much, simply because you're going to be working over top of that part. But you still want to be careful, of doing that. See, I can see I've got a couple little spots in there, and that water beading is just terrible today. It's kind of a cool color though, mixing a little of that wild plum in with the eggplant. Alright, so instead of putting more of my ink on, because with my first one that I did, which is on the back side of this, I ended up with too much ink. It ended up too thick and goopy because I used the ink over and over again. I'm going to try doing just alcohol with this layer and see, and I'm going to kind of make it in a line because that's the way I want my flow to go. You see, I'm trying to keep it a little far back there from the, I'm making spots here, from the ink because I want it to spread out and not be going in a line. So I know it just looks like a pile of boulders right now or something. But I mean, I do have these little fingers here, but I'm not too worried about that because I am going to be coming back up, and I'll just make sure that I try to pick that up in there when I come back in again. So, all right, I'm going to do a little more ink. I actually could keep on going with just the ink that's on here, but I think I'm going to do a little more ink in here though. So let's see, there was 3 drops of that. And then let's put a little alcohol. Probably should have spread that out a little better. You can see where I'm trying to make sure I pick up those little fingers of ink some and spread them out. See a fuzz on my paper. And I'm always trying to end this section with blowing it back in towards the middle so that I can pick that ink up again and continue spreading it out. Oh, excuse me. I looked away for a second. That's why you don't want to look away. If you have a Lazy Susan and want to, you know, put it up on that so that it makes it a little easier to turn, that would probably be a handy tool for this. When it gets thick, it gets a little more difficult to move without getting those fingers as it starts to dry up. That's why you see me add some alcohol to it every now and then before it dries up. As you can tell, as I get down toward the center, you know, to keep my petals smaller, I'm doing less and less alcohol, and I hate that. You see, my looks like a little bug ate the corner off of my petal right there where I dripped my alcohol on it. So now I'm going to start trying to keep it a little more uniform, a little more roundish as I get towards the center, because the center of a rose is fairly round. I am still trying to keep it just a little bit oblong, I guess, so that I can still cross over. I can still, you know, I'm still making some petals down in here. Hopefully you all can see that. And now, if I put another drip of this in here, I'm afraid it's going to spread out too far. So, what I'm going to do is I've got just this little liner brush, little fine liner brush. I'm going to put just a drop of alcohol. Let's see if y'all can see that. Just going to put a little drop of alcohol on that, and then, you know, let my drop go off, because I don't want a big drop of alcohol in there. And then I'm just going to dab it in there and let that kind of spread. I think I'm going to blow it a little now to keep it in the middle some. I don't want it to spread way out to the edges. And I'm going to see if I've got enough left on here to do another little spot on it. And I'm kind of trying to not make it exactly in the middle. My brush is kind of drying up a little here. So now it's more painting than dipping, but all right. Okay, and that is my rose. You know, not perfect, but like I said, that's just the second time that I've tried this, so I'm really happy with it. I hope that this is something that, you know, interests you all. You can give it a go yourselves, give you something a little different to do than just the regular abstracts that I do all the time. It was something fun to play around with. And I'm going to practice as soon as I get a chance to. I want to figure out how to make a multicolor, at least using 2 colors on a rose. So whenever I get that one down, if you all are interested, I'll make a video on that, see how this one goes, see if I get like, you know, 100 thumbs down on my rose here. So, all right, well, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will be back with you with something else just as soon as I can be. Everyone have a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.